Well, I know this will be heartbreaking news for many people, but I'm back on my lonesome. It's first time in a few weeks. Blake Redden's taking a little sabbatical. He went a little bit too hard during the Breeders' Crown Carnival, taking a fortnight off. So we wish you well, Baker. We'll try and get through without you. Big night coming up this weekend on Saturday night. You'd think that after the Breeders' Crown Carnival we'd take a little dip, but that's not the way it's going to be. We've got the 28th running of the Melton Plate and the Scotch Notch Memorial. Different type of Melton Plate though, normally a race for 4 and 5 year olds we know to kick off the new season. Now an open class feature at Group 3 level, and it looks a wonderful battle between two superstars, and that's where we're going to kick off in race 5, first leg of the quaddie with the Melton Plate. The two horses I speak of, my favourite Hector JJ and his conqueror in the blacks are fake there at Albion Park during the Winter Carnival, Ohoka Punter. Probably the draw favours Hector JJ. Varying schools have thought about whether he was at his best, just off his best last weekend when narrowly beaten in track record time or equal track record time by All Eyes on Us. Regardless of whatever opinion you have of the performance, it was still a big run, and I'm still willing to say he'll be too good this weekend in the Melton Plate. I think he'll be too nippy, particularly if he can stay in front of Ohoka Punter in transit. I'm not 100% sure that can happen, but if it does, I definitely think he'll be too good. Major danger we've already outlined. Ohoka Punter is a star. Don't have any concerns about that. He finished second to Smolder in the Hunter Cup. Back in his 3-year-old days, he took care of Guaranteed and Co in a Victoria Derby, so he is top quality. Both horses, importantly, heading off to Perth for the Inter-Dominion pretty soon after this race. This could be sort of the end of their campaigns, particularly Hector JJ. But a really exciting clash here. Hector JJ over Ohoka Punter for mine. If you want to play a little bit wider, I thought Maxi Man could find the front here and give a little bit of cheek. And 5-star Anvil's been ticking along beautifully for Adam Kelly of more recent times. I know he's in the twilight of his career, but I think he'll really run you a race. But plenty of big guns here. Major Croc is a high quality animal. Jillaby Jagger was huge in that equal track record time last weekend as well. So great race, the Melton Plate. 7, 10, 4 and 2 my numbers, but if you're playing those quaddies, you'll only need 7 and 10 I reckon. Race 6 in the program, another great race here. I think it's an event in 4. Up at Adam finally gets his chance to break through for David Aiken. Should lead here over the short course. Everything's made to order, I think. Right behind him is Johnny Fox, who's been flying as well and loves that trip, lives for this trip in behind the leader off a pretty hot pace, particularly over a short trip. So I think he's right in the mix. And the other two key runners are your class runners in the preferential draw event, drawn wide on the front line. They are Macterra Lad and also Major Star, who have already had a few stoushes so far this preparation. I'm sticking with my little mate Johnny Fox. I really like him. He's got a blistering turn of foot. He's maybe found one or two a little bit too good for him of recent times, but like I said, he's going to be right in the zone here, particularly if he follows through and keeps that spot behind the likely leader Up and Adam. I think he'll just duck by him in the lane. I think Up and Adam's the major danger here. The race also made to order for him, as I mentioned. Loves to lead in his races. Short course suits. He should be in your top 2 or 3. Make sure he's included in all your trifectas and first fours and also your quad. And I'll also be throwing into quaddies those other horses I mentioned, Macterra Lad and Major Star. Pretty much rules out your chances there. 8, 1, 7 and 6, and they all go in the quaddie. Third leg of the quaddie is another great race, and it's been confused by the fact that there's 2 or 3 horses here where we've been waiting to win for some time. 2 in particular. One, Art Eye Special, who broke my heart last weekend when he just got nutted, got no luck whatsoever in the last event in the program on Friday night. And a bit going on here is a horse who its last couple of starts have just been outstanding. So if we're going to back 2 horses in this race, they're the 2 I'd be going with, numbers 3 and 5. Having said that, I have got the likely favourite on top, Mr. Wickham. He's extremely high class when he's at his best. Outside second line draw over 1720 metres. It's not ideal, but he's a really high quality horse, and his trial at Tabcorp Park recently was top notch. So he's on top, but the best betting propositions in the race are 3, a bit going on here, and 5, Art Eye Special. And if you want to play a little bit wider for exotics, you want to include most of these, but particularly Game We Play, who's been competing really well at Metropolitan level in recent weeks without breaking through. Last leg of the quaddies for the Square Gators. It is the Scotch Notch Memorial at Group 3 level. And again, we've got a race in 4 here, I think. And once again, a story of heartbreak from last weekend with El Parco opening $26. Got dragged back in transit at a crucial time and just missed. But he's going really, really well for Matty Craven now. And I'd be including him among the 4 key chances. The other 3 are all class runners, not hard to find. Super Zet was back to his brilliant best last weekend. beating Maori Time, who's also in this race. And I think Maori Time's a big chance of leading, because I don't think Alpaca is going to want to hand up to Vic Cheval once again this weekend. So I think Alpaca will lead and wait for Maori Time to get there. The other key runner is my top tip in the race, and that's Kai Valley Blur, who made up many lengths in the last 400 metres behind Maori Time the last time that they met. So 6, 7, 5 and 2 in the last leg of the quaddie, and make sure they all go in the last leg of your quaddie, because I give them all big winning chances, and hopefully Alpaca might pay a price for us again after we missed the chocolates last weekend. Thanks very much for joining me for the good form preview for the Melton Plate and Scotch Notch Memorial meeting, and please keep your fingers crossed that we can run it, because I think 3 or 4 years ago we got flooded out. Last year I was watching TV and Blake Redden was in darkness when the lights went out at Tabcorp Park, Melton. So this meeting could be a little bit haunted. That's why we've brought it forward a month and maybe changed the conditions, so it's not for 4 and 5 year olds. It's for open class paces now. But if everything goes to plan, it should be a terrific night. Can't wait to get out there. Good luck and good punting.